Let's do a quick playthrough guide for the new treasure map vs Mihawk. We are going to begin with the Intrusion battle, where I am going to use double 10th anniversary ace as captain, but if you miss him, using him just as friend captain will definitely do, and then you can use Nami Carrot, Lucci, Luffy or someone else generally as your captain that boosts the rest of the team. Just make certain that if you do that, you have someone to deal with block slots in stage 2, because here I am going to use the special and EX super of my friend captain Ace. We are going to manipulate all of the block slots to matching, get an ore boost, and obviously also get an attack boost from his EX super. Then we are going to activate Lucci to deal with the burn and increase our damage even more, and finally Izo, treasure map Izo that is, to deal with threshold and easily defeat the mini-boss. Izo is awesome in this quest because alongside Luffy they also provide access to Ace's EX super. For Nami and Carrot, you want to make certain they are on Carrot when you enter the quest, and they are also placed in the right column to evade the final stage bind, so they can of course remove it. If you miss them, a bind remover will do in their place. The first thing we want to do in the final stage is actually activate them to remove the bind, but they will also provide us with chain boundaries. We resist the special reverse because of our captain Ace, and have in mind if you don't have double ace, you will get the low attack boost and Luffy will increase it, but now because we do have double ace, we can evade both the low attack boost and ore boost because of Ace's attack boost and ore boost being multiple turns. And now we can activate his special and super type to manipulate the paralysis slots into matching decks, get a conditional attack boost and an attack boost, and then we can activate Luffy for the chain growth boost, and after that super easily break the barrier and defeat Mihawk. Versus Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas, things are super easy. Essentially, the only thing you need is to have 5+ Blitz Battle Luffy in the right column to evade special bind as a sailor and limit broken, so he can resist the stun, and then activate him to remove attack down, increase your damage, and also remove the stun from the right column units. You can also activate their specials if you want to get more damage and better slots, and after that you super easily clear the quest. Versus Perona, we are going to use Roger as friend captain, 10th anniversary Roger, and he is awesome because he can deal with Perona's defense up, so we want to activate him first, and he can of course also increase our damage. Of course, if you do have Roger yourself, feel free to use him as double captain, and then you can replace Hina and move Blackbeard in the crewmate position. We are also going to activate Luffy to reduce the burn by 5 turns, and then treasure map Shanks once to manipulate the block slots to matching and also remove the one remaining turn of burn. After that, the rest of the units are here to increase our damage and multiplier, so you can essentially use whatever you like. And after the specials, we are going to try our best to attack with color advantage if possible, and easily defeat this mini-boss. Versus Sugar, we are going to use 10th anniversary Shanks as double captain. If you miss him yourself, you can only use him as friend captain, he will do, and then you can have Sai Free-to-Play Luffy as your captain and replace the missing spot with whatever you want. Since we do have double Shanks, might as well activate him twice. He will remove the barrier and then increase our damage and give us guaranteed matching slots. If you don't, obviously you will activate him once. Just make certain for your free-to-play Straw Hats, Zoro and Brook have maximum level limit break, and the Luffy is in the crew, so you can get everything out of their special. Zoro and Brook will deal with threshold, and Zoro will also provide an ore boost. Jinbei is extremely helpful to provide threshold to our team so we can survive the after defeat hit with ease, and finally you can also activate Luffy if you want to increase your damage further, but it's not necessary, especially early on, so we attack, defeat Sugar and survive the hit. Versus Ulti and Page One, we are going to use Treasure Map Legend Luffy as double captain, and he's very helpful because by activating him twice, we can completely remove paralysis. We are also going to use Mr. 3 and Miss Golden Week support on Cypher to play Frankie, so he can get his special back in the final stage, and then any color affinity boosting support so we can avoid getting the interruption from either Luffy or Frankie special, simply because they can both provide it. We are going to activate Luffy twice, deal with paralysis, get his damage boosting as well. We can activate his super type of course, because Straw Hats are in the crew for extra damage. Then we are going to activate Treasure Map Rare Recruit Nami or any other unit we have in her place to deal with Despair. Cypher to play Frankie and Colosseum Komurasaki will deal with damage reduction, and have in mind you either want Frankie's maximum level limit break or Komurasaki's double special activation in order to completely remove the damage reduction, and use the 10th anniversary ship to get special cooldown reduction for Frankie and Komurasaki because they don't get it in this quest, and then we attack with color advantage if possible to super easily clear the quest. Versus Kuro and Django, the main boss, we are going to use 10th anniversary Ace as captain, and the friend captain will be 10th anniversary Gear 5 Luffy. If you don't have Ace but have Luffy, you can swap your captains around, it will be absolutely fine. The original plan was to use the Dawn Krieg ship for end of turn damage to bypass resilience in the second turn of the main boss, but because Luffy can delay Kuro and Django, it doesn't seem to be necessary and you can use whichever ship you like. In stage 2, we are going to activate Lucci first for an orb boost, a base attack boost, and to remove Burn, then Ace to remove the damage nullification shield and gain a conditional attack boost. Whoever is not slot binded will also gain a matching slot, like Treasure Map Legend Sanji, and then we want to super swap Nami to Carrot. We are going to of course enter on Nami from Nami Carrot, and here we super swap them for a bit extra damage, but it's not really necessary as you can see, because we can super easily defeat Kuro and Django for the first time. Getting into the final stage, we essentially will activate Carrot and Nami first, so they can remove the special bind from the left column units. Whoever is not slot binded will also get a block slot, and we want to take out the main boss in 2 stages simply because they limit our overall damage. Have Nami and Carrot in the right column so we don't need to swap them, and activate them to deal with special bind, block slots, and gain chain boundaries. Then we want to activate the special of our Luffy, so he provides us with an attack boost, not a base attack boost, so the interruption is not activated. Then he also removes 10 turns of threshold the enemy has, and we can activate his EX Super to manipulate classes and gain a color affinity boost. Then Pirate King Adventures Mihawk will provide us with an ore boost and deal with the enemy's damage reduction, and now we are more than ready to do 70% of damage to the enemy's HP bar. Then their turn 1 action won't happen because Luffy delayed the enemies through immunity, and we can defeat them for good. And that was my quick playthrough guide for the new treasure map. And as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.